First of all, thank you all for joining in and attending with us and listening to these testimonies. We're going to real quick go through some issues with PMS, PCOS, and infertility, and just kind of talk about how gut health has helped these three ladies walk through those symptoms and all the things that come along with that. So, Candace, if you will tell us kind of what your symptoms were, how long you've been on products, and what your symptoms are like now. And then Bree is on, so when you finish, you can go ahead and pass it to Bree.
Okay. Hey, I'm Candace May. I started Plexus a year ago, September this month, the beginning. And before I started, I just had my whole life since I started my cycles and stuff. Just real bad periods. Like when I first started, I would have to stay home from school, like literally the first day, sometimes second day. They were so bad. And the cramps, the headaches, and I dealt with chronic migraines, but it got worse like 10 days before my periods would start. And as I got older, had my babies, it just got worse. And I never went, I've always went 4 to 5 days, so that was the normal, but they were bad. And the migraines hit about 10 days before, which is how I knew I was about to start. I would be in bed for about 3 or 4 days. Jessica's going to hate me, but 4 ibuprofens and 2 Tylenols literally around the clock for about 2 days in the bed, dark room, nobody touched me. My husband had to get the kids to and from school. Um, Ice cold rag on my forehead. And then I would finally start, and it was just like almost like I need a blood transfusion. It was so bad. And the back cramps, the stomach cramps, just my mood, it was a whole mess. And I started taking gut health because Brittany Totten introduced me to it. And like everybody else, I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. It's a pyramid scheme. And so finally I did it because I had nothing else to lose. And I had a whole lot of other issues, but that's a whole nother story. And my first period after taking them, I didn't even know I was about to start. My app alerted me because it was tracking. And I'm like, that's weird. So I just kind of blew it off. I had it. It was very mild and I had no cramps, no pains, no headaches, which was weird. So I didn't really think much of it. But the second month is when my husband noticed. And he asked me, he was like, are you on your period? Because, there's evidence. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, those supplements must be working. And he's actually the one that told me to get on them. And I'm like, you think? And he goes, you haven't been in bed. Like, you haven't had headaches. You haven't had to take medicine. Like, because my family knew how bad it was. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, my back, my mood, like nothing. So about 3 or 4 months, I kind of watched it and I realized, okay, maybe it is. Well, I skipped month 5 because I was like, oh, it'd be fine if I skip a month. No, ma'am. My husband told me never skip a month again because my period came and it was terrible. And so now like I just got done and I didn't even, if it wasn't for my app, I would never know because I have no symptoms. And they're very mild, very light, still about now they're like 3 to 4 days. Um, but my mood and my 16-year-old son had even told me like, you're just happier. And I'm like, you, because my family's seeing the results of it and I will never not take them. Like I'm very consistent and every night my husband's like, do you have enough? Are you about to run out? Do you need to order more? I'm like, I have plenty because I'm never running out. But yeah, that's my story on that part. Like I said, I have a whole another list, but it got bad like to the point to one time my doctor suggested doing a procedure to stop my periods, not a pill. I don't know what it is. It's some type of medical procedure. And I'm like, that doesn't sound natural. So I'm not going to go that route. I'll just deal with it. And then I got on the supplements and I'm like, this is not normal because she told me, well, it's part of being a woman. No, it's not. So I was like, so anyway, but that's my story, and it's truly been a blessing. Brittany?
All right. Hi, my name is Bree, and I'm going to be talking about PCOS. And I have PCOS, and for people that don't know, that is it stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And basically what it is just like high levels of androgens, which is a male hormone in your body. So for me, I had problems with like insulin resistance. I have really bad fatigue, hair overgrowth, like on my chin. I would get like hairs, irregular periods, really painful periods, and weight gain. And so a little bit of my story kind of is in 2021, I went through like a crazy, like major depression, anxiety, and it was like really bad that I ended up being in the hospital for a couple weeks. And at during that time, I like when I got out the hospital, I had lost like so much weight from like the stress of everything because I was like going through a lot of stuff. And I was like 6 months postpartum. And so I like lost a ton of weight. And then a couple months after that, I started gaining weight like really fast. And in 1 month I gained like 20 plus pounds. And so I like started seeing a doctor and I was like gaining 20 pounds in 1 month is not normal. And so I went to the doctor and they were like, "Oh, well, you're pre-diabetic and we're gonna give you metformin and put you on the Ozempic." And I was like, "But you don't just gain 20 pounds in 1 month." I was like, "That's not the problem. I'm pre-diabetic because I gained 20 pounds, you know?" So I like did my research and was like going doctor to doctor and I had requested a specific blood test, but to figure out like deeper problems, and they found out that I was insulin resistant. But like I said, uh, I saw this doctor in 2022, and I didn't officially get diagnosed with PCOS till January of 2023. It took that long of like doing blood work, going to doctor after doctor because all doctors want is money. And so I was like working out 5 to 6 times a week. I was like eating really healthy. There was like no reason for me to be gaining that much weight. So, what I've noticed different in taking the supplements, I've been on them for about a month and a half now, is that my PMS is way better. Like I used to like be in the bed like cramping so bad the day before I would start my period. And whenever I started taking the products, a couple days before, I was like, I'm like barely cramping. I was like, this is really weird because normally like it's super painful. And I was like, I'll just give it some time or whatever. And then I remember I texted Katie because I was like, so do people like that start taking Plexus like notice that they don't have like bad cramps and stuff? I said, because like I said, mine is like almost like minimal, like to none. And so that the plexus has really helped that. It's helped my fatigue. I'm not tired anymore. And then like my cravings. Like I've been really shocked at like how like I don't crave stuff because like I used to really like love Coke Zero and I would drink one like every day. And like now, every now and then I'll drink one and I'm like, I just don't even like it anymore. Like it's weird. It's crazy. And then one of the other things is I also had like acne on the back of my arms, and that is like almost completely gone. So, the products that I'm on currently is Slim, Pro by 5, Balance, and Restore. And I just started taking Factor, X Factor, and what was the other one? Dang it, Metaburn. So I don't know. I just started taking those like a week ago. But that is my story, and yeah.
Okay, thank you, Candace, and thank you, Bree. I think we're gonna pop over to Lauren and then Jessica will close us out.
Hi guys, I'm Lauren. So My journey is a PCOS and infertility journey. So in 2019, I got diagnosed with PCOS after struggling with just irregular periods and being on birth control since I was 12. I really wanted off birth control, got off of it, couldn't stop bleeding, bled straight for 6 months straight. Doctor said, "Oh, you can just go back on birth control." It's like, well, I kind of want to like have a family someday, want to feel normal. They're like, well, you can just contact us whenever you want to have a family. We'll get you off birth control. So I was like, no, I don't. I want answers. So I went to McGee's Hospital down here in Pittsburgh, which is in Pennsylvania, and they diagnosed me with PCOS. And I went back on birth control. And they're like, whenever you want to have a baby, you let us know and we'll put you on medicine because you don't ovulate on your own. So I had never ovulated on my own throughout my whole journey. So I was like 12 years old when I got my first period, never ever ovulated. Finally, me and my husband are like, let's have a baby. So we tried for 18 months with my son. He ended up being an IUI and Clomid baby, complete miracle baby. We found out the night before our IVF journey was about to start that we were pregnant with him. So fast forward, I had him last February. He was born in February. I got my first period back in April. Never got a period again until September of last year. Bled straight for 6 weeks, literally hemorrhaging. Was at work and they're like, we need to take you for an emergency DNC. Like, this is not good. So I told my mom all about it and she's like, you need to try these products. You need to just give it a try and see what happens. And I was like, okay, this is not going to work. This is not going to work for me, but sure, I'll try it. What do I have to lose? So I started the products last September and I started ovulating in January of this year on my own. Never had ovulated a cycle before. And then January I started ovulating. I lost over 80 pounds since having my son, all because of using the triplex system. And then I did do calorie deficit and workout, but definitely the triplex system. And I realized with my PCOS, I have to be a certain weight to ovulate. So if I'm not a certain weight, my body just doesn't function. Fast forward to now, and I am pregnant naturally with my second baby, all because of all these products. So just like my little miracle story, and both my babies are miracle babies, and this is a plexus miracle. So that's my story.
Oh, that like really gave me chills. No lie. I'm so excited. So her mom is Nicole, and who is you're a nurse practitioner or a PA? Nurse practitioner. Okay, okay. Yes. And so we've like connected on Facebook, and when she posted your picture, I was like, hold on 1 minute because I have not heard anything about this yet. And y'all know I'm like a plexus stalker. I am friend I am friends with everyone. I am friends with every plexus person. Everyone friends me. I know about everything. I'm like on social media everywhere. And so I was like, I'm so sorry. I haven't heard about this yet. And I am dying to hear about this because y'all, we have to, I just feel like, I mean, it really did give me chills when she told me about it. I was like, okay, I am talking to multiple girls right now they need to hear this. They need to know that when you have infertility and PCOS issues, there is, and PMS issues, anything like that, the root causes of that are that you have a hormone imbalance, your blood sugar is unstable. You have either nutritional deficiencies, obviously, diet, and like you said, your weight plays a factor into it. Um, and it's all things, and this chronic inflammation is another big part of it as well. So those are the main things, and that plexus treats. Our drink is created for diabetics and to help balance your blood sugar. So just by doing that, just the drink alone, and I mean, obviously the gut health part is part of it as well, but like that's one huge factor of all of this. And I've said this so many times, I'm like, y'all, I have helped so many people get pregnant. Like I've had probably 5 or 6 girls that just started like the triplex, and they were like, whoa, I got pregnant. And I also tell everybody Claire Stafford got pregnant at 40 years old. I don't think she was, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it was an accident, but I'm gonna say I don't think she thought she was gonna get pregnant at 40 years old. And I'm like, yeah, it's the plexus. It is the plexus. And you look, and you can take plexus while you are pregnant and breastfeeding. There are obviously a few items that we have that I don't recommend for pregnant or breastfeeding women, just like our fat burning, like MetaBurn. But probiotics, magnesium, our microbiome drink are all perfectly safe while breastfeeding and during pregnancy too. Actually, really helps with breast milk production, y'all, like just having stable blood sugar. We have so many testimonies. I was tagging a girl today in testimonies for women who are pregnant and breastfeeding. It's just incredible. And I think that we need to keep talking about this and we need to keep sharing about this because I think this is something that a lot of women are in the dark about and they go to their mostly male physicians who are telling them, well, here's some birth control. That's all we can do for you. I mean, lose weight, lose weight and here's some birth control. That's about it. And y'all, there are so many tools that you can use. And I think we have to just keep sharing this and talking about this so every woman knows that there are options, that balancing your blood sugar is the key of all of this, and improving your gut health is the key to this. And I think we're going to change a lot of people's lives. Can you imagine? Do you know the money that people pay to do IVF? Tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Wow, people could really refocus on supplements and healing their body, which is something that is great for the long run. And then what if they don't have to do IVF? I mean, just like Lauren said, like, man, what a miracle to not have to go through all of that. And, we have some girls on our team that are in that exact spot. So I pray right now that we are able to share their beautiful testimonies just like this, and they're able to um, get pregnant on their own as well. And look, it's just it's healing, y'all. Y'all all know it. It's so wild. And it's funny that Bree asked and messaged you, Katie. I didn't know that, saying like, wait a minute, is this a side effect that I missed out on? Oh, yeah, medications have terrible side effects. These side effects are that you don't have PMS anymore. Nobody told me that either, honestly. I thought I was losing it. I was like, this can't be. This can't be because of these pyramid scheme supplements. No way. All right, y'all. We have a lot of people on here. Thank y'all so much for showing up tonight and just helping us get this message out. I hope that whoever invited you, you touched base with them. And triplex system is absolutely incredible. I missed all the messages because I was talking so much, y'all. But I do want to give somebody a $20 Amazon gift card. Let me see who is gonna get a gift card. Brittany Rouse is gonna get a gift card because I don't recognize that name. So there we go. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope y'all have a great Sunday, rest of your Sunday night. Thanks, y'all.